The Kleshas are talked about in the sutras. Lots of people now, because they're getting familiar with the sutras, think that Patanjali actually created the Kleshas, but that is so not true. Patanjali wrote about the Kleshas, which are in the scriptures and much older than Patanjali. The Kleshas are the 5 causes of suffering. Might be something we want to know, right? Buddha's whole search was, why do we suffer? Why is there suffering? That was his initial question. What is suffering? Why do we suffer? The first klesha, and Patanjali says that the first klesha is really the root of all other kleshas. The other 4 kleshas come from this first klesha. So as far as I'm concerned, I go, wow, that first one's important. If I get the first one, all the other ones come. So let's pay attention here to what that first klesha is. The first klesha is called avidya. Now, often in Sanskrit, when an A is put in front of something, it means what's about to follow is the opposite of that. Not always, but often. So vidya means knowledge of the true self, and not knowledge from the place of the brain. Experience, full experience and knowledge of the true self. Avidya means lack of knowledge of the true self. Guess what? Guess what the true self is? You're infinite, eternal, and whole. And all suffering comes from lack of that knowledge. Lack of that knowledge will place you into suffering. So the second one, which arises out of avidya, then comes asmita. Smita is this aspect of self in a positive sense. Asmita is separation of self, I-ness. So what happens here is the moment we believe we're infinite, eternal, and whole, we're really infinite, eternal, and whole, and so are you, and so are you, and so are you. So guess what that means? We're all in this together, don't we know? I mean, we're going nowhere. We're here. We're going nowhere. There's no place to go and there's nothing to do. And we're all in it together. So wow, that's pretty cool. And that kind of thinking, we're all in this together, creates one kind of thinking, and we're not creates another kind of thinking. So go back to this beginning here. When Arjuna looks out at the people on the opposite side of the battlefield, what did he see? Family, cousins, friends, connection. What do you think his cousin Duryodhana was seeing when he was looking the opposite way? The enemy, the other, not a part of. Okay? Our president just killed me, right again after the Iraq war. It was a marketing deal. The evildoers, the terrorists, these were not our brothers and sisters in Iraq. These were not real people. It was a clear choice to make them the other. And it's an important piece in war. Warriors are trained to see them as the other, otherwise they don't kill them. Okay? And we were trained also. So we have a choice. That was asmita, I-ness. Okay? From asmita then comes raga, which is desire or attraction. So there's all the things that we want. Once we come into I-ness, I want, and then the opposite of wanting is devesha. I don't want. So repulsion. So desire and resist, the two opposites are born out of that. And then after that, the last thing to go is called abhinivesha. And this is this final fear of death. And it's like that instinct that's so subliminal to save the body, like if a bus were coming at you, you'd jump out of the way. That it's instinctually down at an instinctual level, this desire to save the self is at a cellular level. 5 causes of suffering related to, of course, this first theory of you're infinite, eternal, and whole, or you're not.